Howdy everyone, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we made the cocoa bean farm you see right in front of me right here. So this is it. This is our cocoa bean farm right here that harvests everything for us. And thank you guys for the great feedback on this farm. A lot of you guys really seem to enjoy it. And you also said, most of you said at least, that the green glazed terracotta on the roof actually looks pretty good. So we're going to keep that as green glazed terracotta up here. So a little bit of greenery, you know, promoting like growth and stuff in this area for the cocoa beans we plant here. And yeah, I also had some people raise some concerns that we wouldn't have enough space in the hopper minecart down here for our cocoa beans. But I don't think that's the case because if you don't know, the cocoa beans, when they're planted, the first and the second stages, when they're broken, only produce one cocoa bean. So only the third stages actually yield cocoa beans, or more cocoa beans than you put down. So right now we're planting 192 cocoa beans on these jungle logs here. That's the total capacity of the farm because you can plant 24 on each one and there's 8 of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of an experiment now. We're going to see if the cart can actually handle all these cocoa beans. So we're going from the back to the front so that we're going to place down the detection cocoa bean last. So let me just plant some of these down and I'll be right back and we'll see if this thing can handle the full capacity of this farm. Alright, so getting down to the final cocoa bean placement here, and once I place this one down, farm is now active, and so like as we go back further you should see more and more of these things growing up, which you do indeed see. Fantastic. So yeah, now we just wait and we'll see if the cocoa beans, if they're like when they harvest these, is there any left over? Okay, there we go. Alright, farm has activated and all of the logs are moved back and forth. You can see and hear now the cart moving underneath here collecting all these cocoa beans, and so we gotta see if it does indeed collect all of them. I saw quite a few cocoa beans that were at 3rd level of growth stage, so we actually made cocoa beans off of them. All the other ones, the 1st and 2nd level ones, we did not. So let's just see what happens. And I'm guessing this probably will not exceed the capacity of the minecart, but we'll see. So still picking them up, zigzagging, zigzagging. Zigzagging all the way to the end, and it looks like it picked up all of them. So I think we're good. I don't think we even need a second minecart, actually. Let's just wait here and see how many we get and see how many we made. Alright guys, so everything is now harvested. We ended up with a total of 272 cocoa beans, which means we started with 192, so we made 80 cocoa beans from this. So this was our profit right here from the initial bit we planted down here. So that's pretty good. But we also have an additional 48 cocoa beans to spare in space in the hopper minecart under this block. So we're good here. This thing can indeed harvest the entire farm, no problem. Now, it is possible that we could get extremely unlucky with the growth cycle, where this cocoa bean could grow up very late. I'm just going to quickly put away all these other cocoa beans here. But that's extremely unlikely, and even if that did happen, we would get 320 cocoa beans back when we planted 192. And if some of them despawn, oh well, you know? It's not really a concern, because you're still getting back more than you put in. So, yeah, this farm does not need any other sort of mechanism to capture all the stuff, although we could if we wanted to, just to be safe. But yeah, farm this size, I think we're fine with just one hopper minecart. Anyways, next thing we need to do is we need to obviously fix this. So I said last episode we actually put in, we put in black terracotta where we needed gray terracotta. So we're going to replace all this black terracotta with gray terracotta, and I think we should be good. Alright guys, so we got ourselves the black terracotta replaced with the gray terracotta, and it just gives this area a little bit more of a lighter feel to it. It's not quite as dark and gloomy as it was previously. The only thing I didn't change is the black terracotta on the floor here. I think this goes really well with the redstone lamp texture, so we didn't change that. And you can see kind of here the gray versus black terracotta difference. Just a little bit lighter and just gives it that little bit of extra something. So yeah, I think it's a big improvement, so that is that. And with that, guys, we now, I'm proud to say, have a completed farm or tunnel behind every single one of the doors you see here at Con Corp. So all of these, let's see, we got 4, we got 8, 10 sets of double doors, all with something behind each and every one of them, whether it be a hallway or a trap or a farm. Every single one has something behind it and something interesting that it leads to. So I'm pretty happy with that. So with that now done, let's move on to something else.
That sounded really good. You guys are getting good with the evil laughs. How was
mine?
We're
working on it.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I think mine was all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
needs
it was
a bit
good.
of work. Okay. Everyone know the plan?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
We all know the roles we got to play. Okay, then.
Ready.
Yes. Let's
Onwards.
reconvene soon, my friends.
Down with the bros.
As the midnight moon drifts past, we see the moon cast an ominous shadow. A shadow upon the base of the Deadquarters. Look at that, looming out of the swamp like it's been there for all eternity. Magnificent. Magnificent. So, we've made it out to the swamp. You guys saw that little clip we had with Scar, Tango, and Suma. And yeah, basically, we figured out what we're going to do with the inside of this mansion. So, it's actually already started. Suma has been busy on the inside so far, and a little bit on the outside. We got some pods all down here just preliminarily. We're going to put like all sorts of decorations around the outside. But yeah, welcome to the inside of the Deadquarters. So, this is what we got so far right here. So you can see it's almost like a vampire-esque castle type feel. Got the red carpet, got the dark oak wood. We got the gray terracotta on the side, which is fantastic because we got a bunch of gray terracotta. We got lava for lighting. Remember, we have fire tick off on this server, so we don't have to worry about this whole place catching fire or anything. We got some buttons on the side, which we can do some cool stuff with in terms of like redstone. We could put like a little key code in the wall itself or something like this. So besides the hallway itself, you guys might also notice that at the ends of the hallways, we have a couple of entrances. And this is going to be where we construct some rooms of various types here and there. So yeah, these are on both wings of the mansion. So if we just skip on down to the other wing, you'll see we have the exact same thing down here. So 2 entrances to some potential rooms here. And we also have a lot of room in the actual island itself underneath of the mansion. So that could be a potential spot where we put some bigger stuff if we need the extra space that provides. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and now go up to the second story, because there is a second story and a third story and a fourth story actually. So it's a very dark and winding staircase, but we finally made it. Here we are. Second story right here, so pretty nice. And again, we're just a little bit higher up now compared to the first story. But this is what that is looking like. And again, 2 different rooms can come off of this. And we have a little bit extra space here on this second story because we don't have the entrance getting in the way. Then we go up to the third story via the next staircase. Another dark winding staircase. And we wanted this area to be kind of dark and ominous because after all, it is the Deadquarters, right? So it makes sense it would be dark and ominous. So yeah, here's the third story bit, just a little bit higher up still. And then finally, we have the fourth story at the very tip top of the mansion, right up here. So you can see we don't have too much more room to go. Actually, we do have some room to go up in this central area, but yeah, not a whole lot of extra space here. But this will be the fourth story up here. So yeah, a lot of possibility with this. It is a little bit dark though in here, so I might want to go and grab some night vision potions before we get started here. I think what I want to do today is I want to make a hit list room, like showing like which hermits still need to be demised. And then we also might want to make some type of like demise memorial room. I think it would be cool to have like some like way to like commemorate which hermits have demised and which ways, and also where they demised. So we might have to get like some maps of where people actually died at. That would be really cool. So anyways, let me go ahead and grab some night vision potions and we'll figure out where to put these rooms. Alright guys, so we got the floor down here on the west wing of the second floor. So this will be like where players are walking here. And the room we're going to make is the hit list room. Now, I came up with the cool design that I wanted to put in here, but I'm not exactly sure if it's actually going to fit or not. The reason is that this building is an extremely awkward shape. You can see there's little indents everywhere and little things that jut out everywhere around here. Let me just show you what I want to do here and explain why it's going to be a challenge to fit it in. Alright guys, so basically what I want to have happen in the hit list room is something like this. So we're in a creative test world now. You can see some designs I've been working on. And I came up with this. So if we flick this lever when somebody demises, there we go. So we'll have, the lights around their head go off. We'll have a firework shoot out of the floor and explode as if, they've been extinguished, they've been blown up or something. And then the lights remain off, the floor gets put back, and then also a jingle over here, a tune will play that will be so that is the funeral march right there, the funeral march tune. So that will play when the firework is exploding, basically. That's when it starts. So I think that the 3x3 light pattern is not going to work here. You see we have these right next to each other, and yeah, we tried to fit these in this room, but the awkward shape makes it so that we have to have some of these facing other directions than the other ones. So yeah, it just kind of makes an awkward shape, and this is only 8 right here. We'd need a 9th one here, and then a 10th one some other place, which I'm not sure where we put it. So I'm thinking we might just do something like this, where we have just the one block wide thing. So if somebody demises, you just flick this lever. That shoots off, and then basically you have the music play after that, like when the firework goes off. So that could be cool. But I think what we really need to do, I've sort of laid out where the 10 would go if we made it like these 1x1s. And I think we still need more space. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to knock out this hallway, basically. I'm going to cut this hallway back to, let's see, here's the staircase. I'm going to cut the hallway back to, I think, one segment. So like right here, I'll cut everything from this point over out. So that will give us a lot more space like along the walls here, and then along this wall behind here. Because I think there is a little bit of space back there. Yeah, there is a little bit of space back there. So yeah, I think that should work. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's cut out these 2 segments of the hallway, and hopefully it'll look cool. You know what, guys? I think this might work. Check it out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slots now available, which means we can actually build this thing. So moving the hallway back by 2 segments, you can see there's only one right here, was a good idea, I think. So yeah, that is fantastic. And in case you hear some noises below us, or like some people breaking blocks and placing blocks, that is because we got Jevin down here with his armory and weapons room right here. So he's hard at work at that. So that's cool to see. We got storage rooms going to be built here. I guess Impulse is in charge of that. We got other rooms also planned over here, it looks like. See, it says Stairwell to Dungeon, Isuma, Map Room Tango. So yeah, those are going there. I'm using the wrong wood. I'm using spruce above, personally. So maybe Jev's using using spruce as well. We'll see though. We'll see. So yeah, that's that. He's gonna keep it. Crisis averted. Thank you, Jevin. You're welcome. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, I think this will work here. We do have plenty of space in some areas, like back here, but other areas are still pretty tight. Like I think back here is gonna be a pretty tight fit still behind here, because there's stuff that protrudes basically in some areas, but shouldn't be too bad. And this area back here, I think we can use this to like potentially run the signals down to the funeral march chime we're going to have here between the 1st and 2nd floors. So yeah, should be pretty cool. Looks like we might be having a server restart here in a moment, so I'm going to get working on these things, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got the first couple of modules in, and I want to show you guys how to build these in case you want to build these yourselves. They're very easy to do. So basically, 3x3 of lights with the lever in the front. Then you come to the back here, place a lamp down right here. Then you dig out like a plus shape around the lamp. Now you need a torch right here, torch on the side there, torch on the side there, and then we got a pillar up to this point. And we put down a torch here, and then we have a redstone dust here. That's going to be like the pilot light bit right there. That's always going to be on. So yeah, that's that. Now, what we need to do is we need to come down this way. So we'll grab a torch, and we're going to also get rid of this block here. We're going to basically have a torch tower down now with some dust and some torches. So we'll have dust here. We'll have torch here. And we'll break out a couple blocks here. Have a block here with some torch action, or no, dust action. Then we have a sticky piston right there. Then we're going to keep going down here. So we're going to break this out, jump on down here, make sure there's no mobs. Then we'll have the torch tower continue downward to right here. Once it gets to here, we're going to bring this out 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3 with dust on top. Then we're going to have a block here at the end. That's going to power our dispenser, which is going to go on top of that block right there. So then we need to get up here with our dispenser and hopefully be able to place it correctly. Yep, facing upward. There we go. So that's going to activate whenever the piston retracts. And then we're going to have another thing here where we're basically going to make sure that the block moves back into place after it fires, because we don't want a big hole in the floor. So we're going to do 8 ticks of delay here with repeaters from this dust, and then we're going to have a thing observer right there observing that. That's going to go into a block here, which is already there. So we're done. That's it. That's the entire thing. So now let's test it. We're going to get out a firework or 2 from here. So put that in there. All right, we'll go up. And of course, then we can just come in and, you know, put down whatever we want to in front of here to decorate it. We'll also put back some of the floor as well. There we go. And this one. And that one. There we go. Okay, and we're also going to put down some stairs like so. There we have it. All right, and now flick this. Thing shoots up, and then it comes back. Sweet. For some reason, fireworks occasionally don't work on Hermitcraft. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah, sometimes they don't explode. But there we go. Yep, working quite nicely. All right, so that is that. It might be because it hits a half slab here. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is that. So yeah, that's it for this portion of the on the whole thing. And let's move on to the other ones. Alright guys, so we got the hit list room now starting to take shape. All the redstone is done for the modules, so if I flick this lever off, lamps go off, dispenser clicks, block moves back, and then moves forward again once the firework has shot off. Of course, there's no fireworks in there right now, but yeah, all these work exactly the same, so I was able to fit it in, so that's good. It was a very tight fit in some of these though, but yeah, we managed to do it. So now that that redstone is done, the modular redstone, we now have to hook all these up so that whenever I do that, that activates the Funeral March note block song. So we don't have a whole lot of room to fit this in down here, but I think we can manage it. So these are the dispensers which are going to fire whenever the lever is turned off. So we could potentially, you know, do something like this where we take, you know, a signal out of these dispensers here, and then that goes to a redstone line, and then I guess we'll have to have the note block line either like circle around here or maybe start underneath here and go this way. That could maybe work potentially. I don't think there's too much, and there's not a whole lot in here honestly, so that may work. We'll have to figure something out. It's going to be kind of messy, but it should be worth it, I think. So let me go ahead and get started on this, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, had to return to Con Corp because we need to get some redstone. So luckily, in that 5, I think, down there, right? Yeah, 5 right down there. That should be where we have our redstone. So let's drop some TNT and get ourselves some redstone. Absolutely perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. We can also repair our tools while we're just sitting here, you know? Might as well. Repair our pick a little bit, repair our axe a little bit. There we go. Sweet. Alrighty. There we have it. Let's go ahead and put this right in the middle again, so mobs don't spawn in here, and there we go. Alright. Redstone gotten. Fantastic. That should carry us through to the end of this project. Okay, so, back to the Deadquarters. Alright guys, so we got the entire thing in here, so here's our song right here. This is the Funeral March by Chopin. You can see we had to do some weird stuff around some of the existing redstone, and there's lines going right next to one another, but it all should work in theory. So we're going to test it out right now. So let's see if we can flick this lever here. Nice, nice. So it does work. So you might recognize that song. It's a world famous song, Funeral March, right there by Chopin. So yeah, let's hear it again one more time. So that is the song that will play whenever someone demises here. So let's just turn that back on. And it does activate when you flick the lever up too, just because I didn't want to put in a system that required that to be a thing, like where somebody could come back to life or something. You could put in a system that only has it play when they demise, but nah. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty happy with that. Dun, 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 dun. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Okay, so whenever somebody demises, that song will play. And yeah, we need to now finish the decoration for this room. We need to put a roof on it, obviously, and we need to probably put like some type of like table or chest structure in the center here. And yeah, we also might want to put like signs here, and also the heads in the holes. And maybe the signs could say like the last known location of this person or something. And then maybe when they demise, we change it to like their death date. That could be cool. Anyways, gonna finish up this room. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we got the hit list room complete. Here's what it's looking like. We got all 10 hermit heads in the appropriate spots, so you can see all the alive team members here in their various locations. And we basically like labeled them underneath here and put like, you know, Mumbo Jumbo, aka Agent Spoon. So we put like funny names for all these guys, so like BOO, aka Big Boy B-Dubs. Isco 85, aka the Swedish Mafia. So there's a bunch of those all the way around this area here. We have a door here that's certain death, but actually it's just a lol gotcha sign on the other side. This is going to be like our maintenance room, I think. We might put something back here because it is a decent amount of space, but for now we're just going to leave it like that. And let's see. We got some decoration in here. We put down some clay on the floor. So we got clay blocks on the floor. Adds a nice little bit of color. The carpet as well. We got black concrete on the ceiling. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We also put down chests everywhere because we're going to need some chests because we're going to have like a clue type thing inside this mansion as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then of course, if we flick any of these levers, that's what happens. So that's pretty cool. So the lamps go off except for the pilot light in the back, and yeah, that would mean that this hermit, in this case Mumbo, would be demised. So that's what we can do if that's the case. And of course, when we flick it back down, the song plays again. I think it's great. I think it's great. So I'm really loving this room. Hopefully you guys do too. And the room will become darker as Hermit's demise. Like all these lamps will eventually go off. But yeah, it shouldn't be... We shouldn't have any mobs spawn in here because there are some lamps like underneath the floor. So that shouldn't be a problem. But it will become a lot darker once these lamps start going off. So in addition to the hit list room that we've just created here, I think some of the other hermits have been busy around the mansion creating some other stuff. So we're going to go down to the first floor, see if we can check some of that stuff out. So it looks like over here, Jevin has completed the armory / weaponry. So he's got some weapons on some tripwire hooks via the invisible armor stands. And then he has some actual armor stands here with some armor. Very good, very good. And also there's like a little storage room here. I think Impulse made that, so that's looking really nice with the backlighting of lava. Super fancy, super fancy. And then I believe Asuma has also been busy out here working on the front of the Deadquarters. Yeah, we got some water going on here. So we got some water pouring out of the building itself. Cool. And then he also planted down some netherwarts. He got some coffins around here, looks like. That's awesome. There's some heads. There's some dead trees. Yeah, this place is looking sweet. So things are really coming together here at the Deadquarters mansion. And yeah, we actually have, let's just boost on in here. We actually have another build we're going to do in here on the 3rd floor. So this is the 2nd floor here. So we're going to go 3rd floor right here. And we're actually going to build a demise wing over here. So yeah, we're going to build another wing with another large room similar to what we did on the 2nd floor down below over there. What is this? This is trophy room, bedroom. Nice. So other people are planning things as well. But yeah, we're going to build a demise wing here. It's basically going to be a memorial of like how people died in demise. So like a very miniaturized version of how people died in demise. And we'll probably have like maps where they actually died at too. But that's going to be probably a project for another episode. So for now, guys, I'm going to have to call it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please do leave a like. Be sure to subscribe. And as always, thank you once again for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.